Hello, this is Fair and Relatable Coach coming to you live from our studio. And today we have our special co-host, Dalia, known as Lee. Why don't you say hi to everyone, Lee?
Hey guys.
Yeah, so we're going to get right into our topic tonight. Our first topic is talking about a woman being powerful when she is alone. That is a good topic. You agree?
Definitely agree.
So in the clause it says a woman who is okay with being alone is one powerful woman. Okay, so I'm gonna get right into it. Okay, so in your aloneness, and a lot of people feel like just because I required to be with someone, I required to have that special mate. Some women feel like they can never experience being alone. I'm here to tell you, you were born in this world alone and you will leave this world alone. So it is okay to learn to love that alone time with yourself because it just makes you a better woman, a better mother, a better person in general. Um, would you like to touch on that?
I feel like if you don't know how to love yourself being alone and love whatever space that you're in, then you're really dangerous because when a relationship falls, when people around you disappoint you, what do you have left? You have yourself. And if you're not happy with yourself, then you have nothing. So I think definitely a person that's alone is special.
Yes, for sure. And then the part that talks about the having the power really speaks volume to me as well, because I know like sometimes a lot of us in general as younger people, we want to jump right into relationships. We want to start courting, at a young age, and then sometimes you never even experience that alone time with you getting to know yourself because you're like always feeling like you need to have someone with you, and it all in general, that is good. I'm not saying that it's not good to have a healthy and nice relationship. However, your first relationship should be with you.
Definitely.
You should love yourself enough to know what you like, what you don't like, what you're going to put up with, what you're not going to put up with. Okay.
Yes, because I feel like really the first step should definitely be falling in love with yourself
Mm-hmm.
first.
Mm-hmm.
Because after you fall in love with yourself and see what you like about yourself and see what you can offer to another person, then that's more beneficial versus catering to everybody else's need and putting yourself last.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then if that relationship does not work, what do you have left?
Right. Right. And again, we're talking about that asset woman too. So this is one of the qualities that an asset woman definitely have. She had that time where she spent alone and she have built herself to this standard or to this aspect of life. Whereas, even as a caliber woman, you know what I mean, having those beliefs and knowing that what you're worthy of also, when you're in your long time, you start working on those things, whereas no one's going to be able to, like, pull the wolf over the sheep's clothes, that type of saying that they say, like, you're not going to fall for anything or anybody, because I feel like in your aloneness, if you are really truly seeking yourself and learning to love on yourself, you are really building yourself up to be a better person. That's just how I think about it.
Yeah, I definitely think that that's so being alone. Everybody should take that time out in your life. It's never too late to fall in love with yourself
Never,
first.
never.
And then you never know where God will take you after that and who you will meet and what type of amazing people will come your way.
Yeah.
But when you have insecurities within yourself and you're scared to be alone, that's really is really dangerous. It's a dangerous game.
It is. It is. And I see why some women and some people, not just women, but men too, they start to lose themselves, and sometimes you look back and you be like, dang, I remember I used to really like to do that. Or I remember how that really like made my day to do stuff like that, and now I've changed and conformed myself to basically please someone else, besides pleasing myself, not in a selfish way, but some of those things that you do, like before you met someone, it's okay to still do those things, like if you are like, for instance, me, I don't really do it as much because I have a busy schedule, but like roller skating, I really enjoy roller skating, you know what I mean? And um sometimes I'd be like, dang, I want to get back to doing that. I'm going to get to that because I do have someone that is okay with me being myself and okay with me still being able to do certain things, that I like to do. Those are the things that kind of make who you are, right?
Right. I mean, on the other side of that is like, really, how can anyone benefit you? Like, how can you find any joy in any relationship if you're not happy with yourself and you don't know what you like?
Right, right. Because then at that point, you're kind of just being that person's, I don't want to say puppet, but it's kind of something similar to that because you're playing by their rules and everything they want to do or want you to do, you're running to do it. Um, but are you getting pleasure out of doing those things? Is the question, because sometimes we do things and we're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, let's do it. I'm in agreement because I want to do it too, or is that person or someone telling you, hey, let's do it, and you not having the mind of your own to say, no, I really don't want to do that, you know?
And then that leaves room for other things to come up, like such as abuse
Mm-hmm.
mentally. When you don't know yourself, you're very naive to stuff like that.
Yes. Yes.
So it's easier to be exposed to those things when you haven't had that time to be alone
Mm-hmm.
and get to know what it is that you require for
Mm-hmm.
your own happiness.
Right.
And if the other person ain't bringing it, then you know you would still have that to fall back on when you're in love with yourself genuinely.
Right. 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 Exactly. So I think the real deal behind all of this is to never lose yourself, never lose who you are and your identity because that's who you are. At the end of the day, we can only be who we are, and for time after time, if you're playing a role, eventually, um, it's going to become boring to you because you're going to get tired of being on a roller coaster or being pulled like a puppet, and as women, we have that power anyways, um, to be able to be, who we are and stand strong in who we are. Um, we play a significant role in the relationship already. So, in that a long time, it's already creating your mind to think that, okay, I am a better person because fill in the blank, you know?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I also feel like not even in just relationships, but if you haven't had that time to be alone, like for example, with me, I went right into being a parent very early. And
Mhm.
even before that, like I care for my siblings. So honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I'm just taking this a long time to get to know myself. But for the longest, it was always caring for other people.
Mhm.
So when you don't take that time out to get to know yourself, it's hard for you to be able to give 150% to your kids when you ain't even took that time out to be alone with yourself.
That's
I
right.
feel like taking that time out, like you become a better parent, a better spouse, a better daughter, a better sister.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, a better overall type of person, Um, it's power in being alone, and I know a lot of people say, girl, you need a man because ain't you tired of being alone? You know, but I see some really strong, successful women, and some of them are alone. You know, not saying that they don't want to be married or be with that person, but they are really like gun ho with, I'm on this level, and if this person doesn't meet me and come in is on the same level with me, then I'm not even giving them the time of day. You know,
Right. But don't get it twisted. We're not saying that we don't need our men. We don't,
exactly.
but I definitely feel like in some season in your life you should experience being alone so you know what it's like.
Hmm.
Like even when you look further down the line, your spouse passed away, like you want to know that you can make it
Right.
outside of that what you had with your partner.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
by no means I'm not saying that we don't need men, but
Right.
I'm just
By
saying.
no means. By no means. Okay. Because I love my man. All right.
Period.
you know, but you know, he loves that I'm okay with being who I am. I'm comfortable in the skin I am in. You know what I mean? And I can think of, a million times like in the past where I wasn't comfortable with who I was because I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy, and I never experienced that alone. And I believe that what caused me to stay as long as I did, because I didn't know how I would react with being alone. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
it's
saying?
always the fear of the unknown
Yeah.
that sometimes keeps us in those boxes
Yes, that's true.
where you really don't know what it'll look like outside of this relationship, outside of this marriage. You just, because all you know is this is what you planned your
Right,
life
right,
around,
right,
and then when
right.
it don't work out, it's like,
What now?
what do I do
What
now?
do I do now?
Because you never had a backup plan. But that's
Hmm.
why it's so important to know yourself and know what you worth and know what you desire.
Hmm.
Like desire is a good one because people can't meet you halfway if you don't even know what the things
Halfway
that you
is.
require.
Right.
Exactly.
You don't even know what halfway is because you can't even tell them. They be like, you want me to meet you halfway, but where is halfway? Oh, I don't know. You got to have those answers. You got to know.
And it's like the same thing when like talking about like different levels of women in different seasons. Like
Hmm.
you can't require a man to take you out on expensive dates, send you flowers and spend that personal time with you if you ain't never did that for yourself. Like
Right.
it's same like trying to explain it like I'm not gonna expect no man to take me to a 5-star restaurant if I can't take myself there
Bam,
first.
bam,
So it's
bam,
like
bam. I love that. I love that. Because a lot of women come off right off the back in dating and have this expectancy of the man, and you
exactly,
can't even meet the expectancy of him. Like,
exactly,
make it make sense. You want him to do all of this for you, but you don't even know how to fry bologna. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
You don't even know how you gonna get gas in your car next week. Like, what I mean, if you require this so much requirement of your life that this is what you want, yes, we can want that all day long, but at the end of the day,
You gotta
is
be
your
able,
mind capable of handling that? Like, are you on that aspect of expecting that?
yeah, you gotta be able to. Once you get yourself to a certain caliber,
Yes,
like once you reach a certain level, you start expecting certain things
that's right.
from certain people.
Hmm.
It's like versus like if I'm down here and you up here, it's like it's no way. Like what I was telling you earlier, it's no way you should be dragging dead weight.
Right.
Like when you go into these different seasons and different levels, you just some stuff you have to cut short,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
just for yourself, for your
and that
own
and that
mental
could even not just be in a romantic relationship. That could be in a friendship
friendship as well.
relationship as
Exactly.
well. Because some people have friends that are holding them back. Every time you go out, you got to pay for them to go out. Because you want to spend time with them, but they never like take the consideration of saying, I'm gonna take
Reaching
you
back,
out.
exactly.
Right, I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna pay this time. You know what I'm saying? No, I got it. but they always want you to do it for them. And I've heard a lot of females like say, like, I had to really cut certain people off because they were exhausting me, and there you go again with that being on that level, some people just never grow up. Some people just don't want to grow up. They want to
always look
stay.
for handouts. They look
Yes.
for people to do it for them. And people
Mhm.
like that are very draining, especially when you really genuinely care about that
Yes.
friend or spouse or whatever it is. When you really genuinely want the best for that person, but they're always just, oh, well, if I do this, that fear again, like the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's so true. And then some people be like, well, that's been my girl from the womb to the tomb, and this, that. Since we've been elementary school, and she's crazy, y'all. I don't know. I just have to laugh for a minute. But you be with people for years and years, but then you do have to reanalyze some friendships after so long. Like, okay, is this person really my friend? Number one, has this person grown since I've known them? Do they listen to, like, if I give them advice, can they feed into me and give me advice? Do I listen to what they're saying? Those are the type of people you want in your tribe. You don't want people that every time they bring you their problems,
and
or
dropping it off on
or
you and leaving.
and leaving. And then when you are like down and you need someone to talk to,
They
they
nowhere to be
busy.
found.
They
Exactly.
busy. Oh, I'm out, girl. I'll call you later because their life is on high right now. You know what I'm saying? But here you are dropping everything just to give a listening ear when they're in need. Those are the type of friends you definitely don't need because they will drain you dry.
Definitely. And I feel like setting boundaries is very important.
Yes.
Like, my
Yes.
cousin said something that stuck with me.
Yeah.
She said when you start setting boundaries, people start handling you differently.
They do.
Like, they don't bring certain stuff to you.
They don't.
Like, and when they do, they check themselves right away because they know that I'm not that person I used to be no more. When you have that time to be alone, you set boundaries.
Yes.
Like, you can't, I'm not going to let you penetrate that. No, we're not
No,
talking
no.
about that today. No, I'm
Right.
not allowing you to drain my energy
Right.
today. So
Right.
definitely
Yeah.
feel like boundaries is a big one.
Yeah.
Like, you got to know when to pick up stuff and when to put it down.
Right.
Some stuff it's too much to carry. It ain't your
It
battle
is.
to fight. You
It
gotta
is.
leave it where it's at.
And being too available too for people, access.
Exactly.
And I had one talk back here a while ago about the access denied. You have to deny people your access sometimes. That speaks volumes too, because if every time they're calling you, want you to get them out of this situation, and you run into their beck and aid, then what boundary are you setting? You can't say you set a boundary.
I'm gonna always be there for
I'm gonna
Boo.
always be there for you.
Period. Maybe in this season I'm not available.
Yeah.
I've poured too much into too many people. And it's like when you get in a place where you are forced to be alone, when God sits you down, you start reevaluating stuff. Like, I could have did this differently. I could have handled that differently. That would have made my day so much easier if I didn't, because I'm the type of person, I carry people problems with me. Like, I don't know how to put stuff down. So that's like something I'm learning right now is that, okay, like, you could be there for them. You could be a listening ear, but sometimes it's better to just shut up and don't say nothing at all because you pour your all into a situation that in reality you don't have no control over.
Right.
Like, you could sit there, you could listen, you can say a prayer with them, but send them on their way.
Send them on their way. Always closing that prayer, because you know what? You may not have all the answers, but we know somebody that do.
Exactly.
And we know somebody that is always available when that person that you think is supposed to be available to you, we know who is always available. So, always carry that right back to God, because we are not God, and we as women, we definitely are nurturers, and we try to be godly like in situations and try to make things happen. You know what I mean? Like, and just picture a woman that is trying to make sure that her kids have Christmas. You know what I mean? And you doing it by any means necessary. Like, basically, you are like working 2, 3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? You like, I gotta get it. I gotta do this for my babies. You know, but even though you're exhausted and you're drained, you know, from all of that, you know, but in all reality, sometimes you need to let some of that stress go and say, hey, I'm not God. I can't do everything. So I'm just going to do what I can.
Yeah.
Right? You know, you don't want to
Definitely.
kill yourself over one day or, you know, something that, you know, yes, you want your kids to have what's good for them. But you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you still have to care for yourself too.
Exactly. And I feel like that just goes back to saying, like, being aware. Like, with my kids, we always go crazy for Christmas, but I'm learning. I'm
It
learning.
takes a couple years to learn, right?
Definitely. We
Mhm.
go crazy every year. Their grandparents go crazy every year, and the stuff still be in boxes. We still have stuff that's in
Never been
boxes
open.
from Christmas
And
2 years ago.
yeah,
Like, they get that one favorite toy that they wanted,
and
and
that's
they
all they
don't
play
get
with.
them. And
Yeah,
that's why I said this year we're going to do a trip because it's better to have them memories than to have those toys
way
sitting in the
better,
floor.
way better.
Okay.
Cleaning up after falling and
Exactly.
tripping over them every minute.
Get them one toy and we do a vacation,
That's
even if it's a road trip. Like,
That's the truth. That's the truth. Those memories are definitely not talked about enough. You know, memories stay with you forever. I can still remember things I did as a kid, but if you ask me what I got that year for Christmas, I can't even tell you. Or what I got for my birthday, I can't even tell you.
exactly.
You know what I mean? But I can tell you like all those memories of experience and things that I had never experienced before as a child. Like I can tell you verbatim, like this happened, you know what I mean? And yeah, you know, so
Mhm.
yeah, so that's gonna be our time. I hope you guys enjoyed our show. We will be coming on every here and there. Of course, unannounced. So just look for us on social media. And please share this information. Even if it doesn't relate to you, just share it on your page because you just never know who might be listening and might just need a little bit of encouraging to let them know that there's power in being alone. There is power in being alone. And don't forget, a woman is very, very powerful. Okay. And girl, you are the asset. That's our show. Have a good night.